I typically stay away from Jordan Peterson content because he's too skilled and experienced at deconstructing and reconstructing, and he says a lot of things that I agree with already, and I don't want to make a Jordan Peterson page. But I post this because I thought his opponent said something very interesting.
My next claim is that morality and purpose cannot be found within science. Among other things,
I'm actually a non-theist. I'm not an atheist. I don't believe that you can conclude there is a God with certainty, and I don't believe that you can conclude that there is a God in the same position.
So I'm with Dr. Peterson's claim about morality and purpose here. I'm with this other guy about what he says about the uncertainty of God. To me, the postmodernist idea is that I can't prove to you this underlying truth. All I can tell you is how cool I think God is, or how cool my experience with God has been. And you just decide for yourself.
Whenever I hear anyone, including myself, say, I know the Book of Mormon is true, I want to exclaim, that's nice, but it's not enough. We need to feel deep the inmost parts of our hearts that the Book of Mormon is unequivocally the Word of God. We must feel it so deeply that we would never want to live even one day without it.
So my postmodern position isn't trying to prove the Book of Mormon is true. I'm just trying to show people how cool it is and how the precepts actually work. And they can decide for themselves what that means, what the functionality means. The principles actually work. And that you can find the principles everywhere embedded within your experience.
define moral.
Moral, what I ought to do.
Okay, and how do you come to that
And what I ought to
conclusion?
do, ultimately it comes down to what not just benefits me, but what benefits the entire planet, what benefits the entire system.
All right, so my guy obviously doesn't know, but he just dropped some knowledge out of the Book of Mormon. We talked about this in the OG Happiness letter, but one of the things about God is he's not a utilitarian. He's not trying to save the greatest number of people. He's trying to save everyone. And so that's one of our directional markers of how we can tell what's a good thing to do. Is it good for everyone? Is it good that we can apply across the board to everyone?
And when you look at the reality of the universe, it's actually more so holistic. So when you look at how Aristotle defined God, he was defining God from a linear perspective, and you do the same with morality because you're saying that there's something that exists in a vacuum, that it exists in and of itself, and nothing in the universe exists in a vacuum. Nothing exists in and of itself.
I mean, if you wanted evidence that God's really trying to save everyone, you could see right here, God's inspiring this non-theist to think about this idea that things coexist together, okay? And he's dropping knowledge from the Book of Mormon without knowing it, that God coexists with eternal laws. He's part of an ecosystem.
It's a whole systems-based morality. It's a systems-based reality.
Is there a hierarchical
And that is what
structure?
the quantum...
Is there a hierarchical structure? Are some things more important than others?
Here, Dr. Peterson starts winding up, and I think our boy's on the ropes here because he doesn't realize that you can have a hierarchy and an ecosystem at the same time. Like, just because we have Captain Moroni over here being the man and killing everybody and protecting us, keeping us safe, it doesn't mean we don't need Helaman out here preaching the gospel and changing people's lives. Just because Nephi's the prophet is making miracles happen doesn't mean his brother Lehi's not important as well. Some pieces are going to be more helpful in assembling the puzzle, but if you don't have all the pieces, you still have an incomplete puzzle.
Are some things, I think some things lead to more benefits than others.
Then, by your own definition, some things are more important than others.
And it looked like Dr. Peterson was really picking up some counterplay here, and I wish they let him cook, but then they voted the other guy off. Anyway, there's several more interesting parts of this video. I mean, I pretty much agree with everything Dr. Peterson says, so that's why I don't post much of what he has, but there's a lot of things that the other people say. I'm going to try to post them here. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
What
let's
is
pause there. You've been voted out by the majority.